The assassination of Chief Bola Ige. On the night of December 23, 2001, Nigeria was shaken by a crime so brazen, so shocking, that it still haunts the nation today. Chief Bola Ige, the sitting Attorney General and Minister of Justice, was assassinated in his own home. A man of law, justice, and integrity, gunned down in what should have been his place of safety. But the most chilling part? His killers walked in and out as if they knew they would never be caught. Bola Ige was no ordinary politician. He was a fierce intellectual, a senior advocate of Nigeria, a former governor of the old Oyo state, and a prominent figure in Nigeria's turbulent political landscape. He was a man who spoke truth to power, never shying away from controversy. His political ideology, deeply rooted in progressivism, made him both a beacon of hope and a target of hostility. And in the months leading up to his death, the tension surrounding him had reached a boiling point. It began with subtle threats, anonymous calls, cryptic letters, and ominous warnings. Ige, ever the defiant statesman, brushed them aside. But then the threats escalated. His supporters whispered of plots against him. There were allegations that powerful figures in both political and business circles wanted him silenced. His commitment to fighting corruption, his unrelenting stance on upholding the rule of law, and his influence in national politics had made him a dangerous man to certain interests. The atmosphere was tense, and Ige, despite his bravery, was walking a thin line. Just weeks before his assassination, a disturbing incident occurred. On December 15, 2001, during a public function in Osun State, Ige was openly humiliated. His cap, an iconic symbol of his identity, was forcefully removed from his head by political thugs. It was a calculated act meant to belittle him, to send a message. Those who understood the gravity of Yoruba political culture knew this was no mere insult. It was a warning, an unspoken threat that worse was coming. Ige, however, remained resolute. He returned home to his Ibadan residence, continuing his duties as Attorney General. But in his inner circle, concern grew. His friends, allies, and well-wishers urged him to take his security more seriously. Yet, he refused to live in fear. Then came that fateful evening. December 23, 2001. It was a quiet night in Ibadan. The city was settling into the holiday spirit, unaware that history was about to be stained with blood. Ige arrived home, exhausted from a long day. His house was supposed to be a sanctuary, guarded by trained security officers. But strangely, that night, something was off. His bodyguards, men tasked with protection, left their posts. They claimed they were going to eat, leaving the Minister of Justice virtually unguarded. Inside the house, the power flickered briefly before stabilizing. Then silence, footsteps. A shadow moved in the dimly lit corridor leading to his bedroom. And then a gunshot, just one, a precise, calculated shot to the chest. Chief Bola Ige collapsed. His life, dedicated to the pursuit of justice, ended in an instant. His wife and family rushed to his side, but it was too late. The man who had stood against oppression, who had fought for democracy, lay lifeless in a pool of blood. The immediate aftermath was a mixture of chaos and eerie calm. There were no signs of forced entry, no signs of a struggle. Whoever pulled the trigger had done so with confidence, with knowledge that they would never be caught. The assassination was surgical, executed with chilling precision. News of his death sent shockwaves across Nigeria. How could a sitting minister of justice be murdered in his own home with no witnesses, no immediate suspects, no explanations? The country was in an uproar. Investigations were launched, arrests were made, and conspiracy theories flooded the airwaves. Some pointed fingers at political rivals. Others whispered about the involvement of powerful figures in the military and business sectors. But as the dust settled, one thing became glaringly clear. Chief Bola Ige's murder was not a random act of violence. It was a statement, a message sent from the corridors of power. Despite multiple arrests and trials, no one was ever conclusively convicted for his assassination. Witnesses disappeared. Key suspects were acquitted. Files went missing. The case, like many high-profile assassinations in Nigeria, drifted into the abyss of unsolved crimes, leaving behind a haunting question: who killed Bola Ige and why? To this day, no definitive answer has emerged. The silence surrounding his murder speaks volumes, a grim reminder of the power struggles that define Nigeria's political landscape. Bola Ige sought justice for his nation. In the end, justice was denied to him. His assassination remains a chilling chapter in Nigeria's history, an unresolved mystery that casts a shadow over a nation's fight against impunity. And so, the question lingers in the air unanswered: who silenced the voice of justice?